thank you all for coming, and this is my narrative speech. So, the bag that I chose is my track bag, which represents my like of running and track and cross country, as well as a little bit of my personality. As you can see, this bag is kind of old and a little torn down, representing the hardships and setbacks I faced, but it still is held together and still works, representing my perseverance through the hard times that I have. To represent my past, I chose one of my favorite comic books because it represents my likes and interests, and it inspired my future career choice of what I want to do in my life. From a very young age, I have always been intrigued by characters like Batman and Spider-Man. At first, I was captivated by their powers and abilities, but I grew older, I became more interested in the characters and stories that they present. I was also captivated by drawing and sketching when I was younger and wanted to put those together to make my own comic books when I was young, but I never really considered it a career choice because I had other job interests that I wanted to pursue. But now, as I've gotten a lot better and improved my drawing abilities and my comic knowledge, I've realized that this is something that I would like to do and even more improve my abilities and skills. I hope to one day be able to create my own stories and own characters and be able to share them with the world around me. To represent my present, I chose my track spikes, as they represent running again and also represents a part of my life I will soon be leaving behind as my high school career is over and I probably won't be competitively running anymore. Recently, we had our conference meet for outdoor track and field, and which would have potentially been my last race had we not placed very highly. During this last meet, I was signed up to run the mile and the 2 mile, and I ran the mile and the 2 mile at the meet. I ran the mile in one of my faster times, and then I was getting ready to perform the 2 mile, but my coach told me that we were set to win the race, but if we didn't get in the top 8, then we would not have won. So me and my running buddies, we had to do our very best and mentally prepared ourselves for the burden that was placed upon us. As we started the 2 mile, I was able to keep up with my partners for the first couple of laps, but soon I started to have some pain in my chest area and was beginning to fall off and started losing placements. But I dug deep and I persevered, and even though I was facing struggles, I continued to give it my best and ended up finishing right next to my partner. And as for the meet, we ended up winning the meet as we came in 7th and 8th place, and we were conference champions, and then our team went to go on to place in regionals. For my future, I have here my App State Said Yes banner, which represents my college, where I want to go, and what I want to do with my life. And so during my years of high school, one of my favorite classes to take was digital media and graphic design. As described earlier, I'm interested in characters like Batman and The Flash and want to do something like that with my career path, or possibly as well as animation and stuff like that. I learned that the skills usually required to write and illustrate comic books is graphic design, so that's why I signed up for them. And one of the biggest influences for me choosing to go to App State was my teacher, Miss Ron, who is a very kind and compassionate lady who always goes out of her way to help people in need, even when she is facing her own struggles. She is one of the reasons why this class was my favorite and why I kept taking so many of these courses. Through her class, I was able to discover what I wanted to do in life and what path I wanted to take. During my senior year, I was having trouble figuring out which college I wanted to go to, and Miss Ron was able to help me steer me to where I wanted to go, which was App State. So I decided I want to follow her footsteps and go to App State and get a graphic design major. And then I don't know what the future holds for me, but I know that I have a plan, and I'm going to try my best to stick to it. Thank you for all your time, and have a good day.
We're still here.
Yay! You did it!
How long is it?